A new DLC for Total War Attila was announced, and this one brings a total of 4 factions. One of them is free LC, and the theme is Desert Sandy factions. I've taken a look at the unit rosters, but I don't want to go into detail about them before I've actually tried out the armies and tried out the units. So yes, I will be getting the DLC, I will be making unit reviews, I will be making faction reviews, I will be getting in battles with the factions. I know it might be a bit of an unpopular opinion to be excited for a DLC, but I think of it this way. The DLC costs 1/3 of a movie ticket where I'm from. So that movie ticket might give me 1.5 hours of entertainment, and I'm probably going to think the movie was shit anyway. Getting this DLC with 4 factions is probably going to entertain me for quite a few hours, trying the different units, trying new tactics with the armies, testing the units against each other, and just getting to know the new factions. And these factions tentatively look to be quite different from the something Germanic that has dominated Attila. And the reason why I didn't get the Last Roman was because it was another Roman faction and another something Germanic faction. But with these factions, we get some new cool looking units, and I hope they will be able to bring some interesting gameplay changes. Without further ado, here is the trailer. I'm sure you've seen it before, but I'm just going to be taking a look at it. Sega. Yep, so I think this looks cool enough. I know it's not in-game footage, but I like the look of the units. Like I said, I have taken a look at the unit rosters, and they bring some interesting units that I want to take a look at. I think War Dogs with archers is a good idea, but only if that is a full-strength archer unit. If not, might be a bit problematic. War Dogs with slingers would be even better. But I haven't played too much Attila lately, and I think I'm going to be getting a few hours of fun out of this, at least maybe 4, 5, 6, and the price is worth it. I don't mind paying for more factions that I can use in multiplayer. I did mind paying for the factions in the Last Roman, but on the other hand, you can choose to get this or not, and the amount of unfounded criticism that usually surrounds these DLCs gets a bit tiresome. I do like people bringing constructive criticism to the table, talking about what could be improved, talking about why they like something, why they don't like something, but sort of bashing the Creative Assembly and Sega and for making products, DLC products for the game, I don't really get that. Now, sure, I mean, taking a look at it and saying, this is not for me, this isn't worth it, in my opinion, completely fine. But taking it further and calling the Creative Assembly money-grabbing horse, well, they do have jobs. They have to make money somehow, and the way games are made have changed much for the worse, to be honest, when it comes to leaving things out of games and putting them back in and releasing unfinished games. But consider how bare bones Rome was at release. Rome, I'm not even talking about Rome 2, I'm talking about the original Rome, the faction variety, the amounts of units that you had. Games become so complex nowadays, it requires massive teams of people to make them. And I do have sympathy with game developers, especially the developers, not so much publishers, but game developers wanting to make a good product, wanting to keep their jobs essentially, because if a game flops, if it doesn't make the money, a lot of people are going to be losing their jobs. So, at least for me, the Creative Assembly has provided me with a gaming series that has given me the most memorable gaming experiences. If it wasn't for the Total War series, I probably wouldn't have gotten to know a lot of the great players and people whom I now count as at least Steam friends. I wouldn't have gotten to meet those people, wouldn't have gotten to have great battles with them. And these factions hopefully will allow me to get some good battles in with good players. And that's all I care about, really. Strength and honor.